Patrick sucked oxygen from the bubbles with a straw, then used a nut to lure shy Sandy out. Before she could react, he quickly gave her the oxygen, but it still wasn't enough. So Pearl contributed the snot bubbles from her blowhole. Mr. Krabs even contributed the air bubbles from inside his shell to save Sandy. Her oxygen was almost gone. It turned out Patrick had invented extremely destructive chili bubble water. Squidward took one careful look and completely dried up. Then they blew bubbles that completely destroyed Sandy's oxygen machine. Seawater flooded her tree dome in an instant. Just as Sandy was about to scold them, she realized the oxygen in her spacesuit was also running out. They had to take a submarine to the surface. Sandy was already starting to feel dizzy, so SpongeBob took the helm. But as the oxygen slowly depleted, Sandy lost consciousness. Fortunately, the submarine reached the surface. But when SpongeBob left the cockpit, Sandy took the helm and drove it back underwater. They finally landed at the Krusty Krab. The oxygen was completely gone. Sandy tore off her glass helmet and ate a Krabby Patty. The urgent priority was to supply Sandy with oxygen. Patrick discovered bubbles filled with oxygen, so SpongeBob grabbed a bunch of straws and started connecting them. By then, Sandy could barely hold on. Once SpongeBob was ready, Patrick tried his hardest to extract oxygen from the ceiling. Sandy felt shy and hid. But when Patrick pulled out a nut, she lost her first kiss. They gave her some oxygen, but it still wasn't enough.
Mr. Krabs, you must have some spare oxygen. Squidward always says you're full of hot air.
So Mr. Krabs contributed the remaining air bubbles from inside his shell. Sandy couldn't resist chewing it. To collect more oxygen from the surface, SpongeBob took an oxygen tank.
Oxygen tank? Great idea, buddy!
Propelled by the tank, he reached the surface. He poured some bubble solution on himself and blew a giant bubble with his body. But Patrick started running around everywhere like a maniac. Finally, the bubble reached Sandy's tree dome. When she woke up, the tree dome was filled with air again.